Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. So now today we are going to learn Terraform. So very first question is, what is Terraform? So when we see Terraform, okay, and when I see its capabilities, basically Terraform is known as a infrastructure as a code. That means if I put it in simple way, this tool you're using for coding for infra. Okay, so now you will ask, in infra what we have, correct? What we have in infra. So in infra, you most of the time you consider like AWS is infra, Google Cloud is infra, Azure is infra, Kubernetes infra, you know, VMware is infra, like that. But you know what, we have thousands of infrastructure related platforms. So how do you know that which are the infrastructure supported by Terraform? So just you type Terraform providers. Okay, here you see, look at this URL I'm putting on this for you. And now if you see that some of the major one you have here, but if you scroll down, you see 3451. I think yesterday I was checking day for yesterday 3300. 3300 plus or something, so like that. So you have so many product we have in the infrastructure, and if you want to code for all this which you have here using one single tool, okay, then we use Terraform for it. So that is the reason using Terraform you can code for all this. These are the platforms, so that's the reason we call it infrastructure as a code, the in simple way coding for infrastructure. Okay, so now this is a code for, this is the tool for infrastructure as a code. Now this have multiple releases. So one of the releases we have is community version, okay, and another one which we have is enterprise, and another offering they do the cloud. Okay, so community version is command line tool, and it's a free and open source. Okay, now, Enterprise is a web-based tool, which is a paid actually, okay? And which you can install within a enterprises behind the firewall in your organizations. You can use a cloud version also of the web, and this is also paid, and you can use it. So in this session, which I'm going to do is this one. So if you want to use, if you want to go for web also, you need to do this one also. That means 90% of bandwidth is you need to spend here, and 10% for the UI and all. Once the code you have written, then you can run the code through the UI also, or manually also, is up to you. Okay, so that is the one. Now the version which we have is, just if you put it up, Terraform download, this version, every month we have a new release actually, every month. So the latest one which you see, 1.5.5, this is the latest one. The release date, think uh, I think this month only. Okay, so this is the latest release. Okay, so now this particular tool is written in Golang. So if you want to customize, then you have to learn the Golang and do the some customization. Now, who's the company who has developed this tool? So this is coming from the company which is called HashiCorp. You know what? HashiCorp, many products which I'm teaching you as part of this course. So one of the product which I talked about is Vagrant. Then other product which I'm talking about, Packer. Then Vault I taught you. Now I'm teaching you this one, Terraform. If you're a part of an SRE, then console will be also covered for it. So these are the introduction of Terraform. Any questions so far, all of you?
No, no, from my side.
Now, next questions you will ask, Rajesh, why we need to learn this tool? uh, for it. Why it is so important? So guys, answer is very simple. We have so many platforms like AWS, we have Azure, we have GC, we have Kubernetes, you have. So now if you want to code for it, okay, so how do you automate AWS? AWS typically we automate using CloudFormation. Azure typically we automate using ARM. So what I'm trying to say, you if you're using 20 platform out of 3000 plus here, or 30 or 50 platform, you need to learn 50 specification. We get little lost, get frustrated. We have a 50 platform, 50 specification, 50 specifications, 50 coding standard, 50 ways to deploy, 50 different ways to test, debug, you know, extend, share. We get frustrated, right? So what about is like there is only one coding standard for all. Okay, what about this? So that means I will write, irrespective of what platform you have, I will write in one coding specification, and this code automatically will be used in the all the platform. I don't need to learn 10 specification, 10 standard, 10 way to test, debug, this, that, and all kind of things. What about that? And one more advantage which we have is like, let's say you have a cloud formation. It will not work for Azure ARM, will not work for AWS or GC. So what to do? So but Terraform will work for everything. So these are the simple reason why you should go for Terraform, because using Terraform you write a code which is supporting every platform and one coding standard you follow across that. So you don't need to complicate the learning process. I mean, you have to spend little less time compared to others. Are you understanding?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So simple thing. Then also codifying everything. You know the DevOps, you are codifying everything, whether it's a build server, acceptance testing, deployment, infrastructure creation, CI, CD, security, everything you need to codify. So yes, infrastructure creation we should codify using Terraform. That's one of the reason why we are going for Terraform. Now next question is how Terraform works. Okay, how Terraform works. So this I will show you through the image, and then it will be good for you. So here if you see that, this is you, okay, and you will write a one code. Now this code you will write in HCL. I'll teach you, that's not a very big thing. SCL. SCL will stand for HashiCorp Configuration Language. Very easy to learn, debug, test, and share. Now this code you will send to Terraform, and you will say, hey, either you apply this code or either you destroy this code. Okay, destroy the code means either you apply these resources. So in this code you write, okay, I want to create EC2, VPC, subnet, route 53, all these resources of different providers, different infrastructure platform. You will write it, and either you say you create an infrastructure, apply, or destroy. So create and update both you can do through apply. So you'll send to the Terraform. So now question is, what is a Terraform? So this is just the executable. Okay, this is just executable. Now this Terraform will understand this code, SCL code, but you know what? AWS is there, Azure is there, and Kubernetes is there. They don't understand this code. So what to do? So we need some sort of intermediary in between the Terraform executable and then API. You must remember that all this platform supported API, API, API. So how do we do that? So in this way, there's one more intermediary executable is coming, and this you can call it providers for AWS, provided for Azure, provided for Kubernetes. So this is also executable only. Okay, this is also some utility only. So this all this thing you will have in your laptop. So you will have to write a code, you have to send to Terraform to provider, and provider will make a API request to this will make a API request to this, This will make a API request to this, and after that, if you make a API request with the right response, then after that you get a response. So this response will store in one file, and that is called state file. Okay, that is called state file. Okay, so now what you have to understand. So first thing, step number one, install Terraform. Step number two, install provider in your laptop. I'll teach you. Then write a code and then apply the code, and then it make a call to all this provider, and then results will be stored in state file, which is JSON file. So first, second, second, third, fourth, fifth. This is what you have to do in Terraform, and this is how it works. Understood?
Yeah.
So first thing, I'm going to install the Terraform. So how do we install the Terraform? So just you say Terraform download. Now here you have many ways to install Terraform. This is the Windows package you can download. I have installed it already. I mean, installation means nothing but a download, okay? Nothing great. Just download, extract it. This is the Linux one, and this is the Windows one. So if you see that in Windows also I have downloaded, let me show you. So if you see that where Terraform. So this is the executable which you see. I put it in C tools Terraform. The only thing which you have to do is you have to set the environment variable. Uh, Environment variable, how do you print? Path here. So you have to set this in this path in the environment variable. Okay. So if you go to here, I think you know that. In here, just go to the path, edit, and see that here. So if you put it up, let me show you the executable also. So C tools and Terraform. This is the one. So you download it and install it from here. But I'm going to try in my WSL also. So do we have a Terraform here? See, there is no Terraform here. So this is a 1.2 WSL. So let me install this in here. So copy this whole command, run it. This is the way you install it. So simple. So Terraform, the one which I installed it. Okay. So let's let it come. Is just the utility done. So if I see that Terraform, you see it's installed, and these are the basic commands and these are the advanced commands which I'll cover anyways. So far so good, all of you. Installation process.
Yeah.
Now you have to download the providers also. This is also executable actually. So the question is, how do you download the provider? So in order to download the provider, okay, how to download a provider? So in order to download the provider, you need to write a code, because you can download the provider using code only. So now the question you will ask, okay Rajesh, how to store the Terraform code, TF code? Okay, so the answer is very simple. Okay, .tf file, that's all. Now one more specification I want to make it. Please understand that there is one directory, and then there is one TF file, there is another TF file, and another TF file. So here the thing is, either you have all this code you write in multiple TF files or one .tf file. All are same. That means what will happen when you run the Terraform? They will merge all this code and make it one. Or if you have everything in one also, that is fine. That means in a directory, all the codes is considered to be one project. Will you remember this statement? All of you? All of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
So here,
yeah.
all this file is same. So now what I'm going to do, look at my screen. I have installed the Terraform here. Clear the screen where I am. mkdir. I'm creating one directory, Terraform, or project one, sorry, project one. And I go inside the project one, and here what I will do, I will download the code for installing the Terraform provider. So how do we do that? So I'll ask here Terraform provider, any providers you want to download, click here. So now if you say I want to download the provider of AWS, so ask AWS provider, how can I download? So use provider, this is the code. Okay, I'm putting up here also. So this code, the one which I'm selecting, will download the provider. So why this code is there? So this code will help you to fix the version of provider. So because I told you, right, every month there is a releases which is happening in the Terraform. So if you have a version, there is a less chance of failure actually. That is the thing. So it's not important, it's optional also. So if this is the AWS provider, now I ask, okay, how do I download Azure provider? So here use provider, same code, put it up this one. Now here this section will download the provider, and in the Terraform, only Terraform section can be only once. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this whole things, put it up here, done, and this I'll remove it. So that means this code will see, so simple. So this code will download the Azure provider, this code will download the AWS provider, this code will make sure that the provider which you are downloading has a budget restricted. Okay, now you want to download any other provider, so thousands of providers are there, GitHub providers. So I'm downloading GitHub provider, search for it. I search for it, it's not coming actually, search engine, click on it. Hmm. So do we have a GitHub providers? Here it is. And how do you use it? This one. So that's all. I'll just copy this code and done. So 3 providers I'm downloading in one go, 2 I'm restricting the version, and one is latest. Let me copy and vi, and the file name for this I'll keep it providers.tf. Okay, so this one. Now this coding is done for the provider. How do we download the provider? So command is terraform init. Remember that, this command, Terraform init. This will download the provider from the internet and keep it in your directory, which is .terraform. I'll show you that. Let it come. So now here, if you see
So
that,
the file name is standard, right? Standard naming convention we need to follow.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
this.
Okay.
So
Right.
here
Right.
I
Got it.
one go, I downloaded 3 providers. So now you see that here, first step I did installing Terraform. Second step I did providers download using code. Third step you will have to write a code in SQL. This I'll teach you. Okay, so now it's done. You want to see that where the provider downloaded, it will be hidden directory, this one. Okay, you want to check this here, utility is not there, so let me install this e command, clear the screen, and you see that here in Windows also you can see that. So tree go inside the terraform terraform, sorry, and tree, see that this is the AWS provider executable in Linux, Azure, and GitHub. You want to see in the Windows also? Let me show you, because last day only I had a training, so this directory is still there. So here .terraform providers registry, HashiCorp, AWS, this version, Windows, this is executable, this is your provider. I downloaded it through code, nothing great. Got it, all of you? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now third thing which I have to do, we need to write a code. So now that is a question, how to write a code, that is a Terraform code. So guys, you know what, this question is very subjective. Let me tell you how. So if you're writing, let me ask you one simple question. Let's say if I ask you to write a application for banking, okay, software for banking, don't you think you should know banking process very well? What form is filled, what kind of users we have, what kind of accounts, what data they will input, what data they will, all this thing. Don't you think so? That so there's one thing which you call it a domain expertise. Sorry, technical expertise. Like technical means, do you know Java? That's a technical expertise. And there's another thing which you call it domain expertise. Domain expertise, do you know banking, do you know telecom, do you know finance, do you know this, do you know that? Correct, no? Hello?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah, agree. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So guys, here let's say you are asking a code, you are writing a code for automating AWS plus Azure plus Google Cloud, or plus GitHub or Kubernetes. So in what I'm trying to say, you have to be at least comfortable knowing all of their services. It's all API world. You should know what are the services, major services we have in AWS. You should be knowing Azure, Google Cloud, and GitHub. Let me ask you one more thing. Do not jump into the coding without domain knowledge. That means in this case, you need to know all these providers. Let's say you're coding for 5 providers, you should know all that. Else, it will not be difficult to coding. So in our courses, we are using AWS and we will use GitHub. These are the two providers we'll use it. So this is the cloud and this is the repository based. So now, do we know AC2? Yes, you know. Do you know security group? You know. Do you know all this VPC and S3, EBS, Route 53? Do you know? Yes. GitHub, you know? Yes. Kubernetes also you can add it, but cluster right now is not running, so it's not. You cannot use it. So remember that. So now, you know what? So the question is how to write a code. So very simple. In the code, which is the TF code, which I said TF code, you will write resources block and argument block. One, argument two, argument three, argument four, like this. And this is your code. One resource, two resource, three resource, four resource. Now we'll say, Rajesh, what is the resource here? And what is arguments here? That is where you should know AWS or any provider. Let me take you to the AWS. I think I'm already logged in. So here, this is the AWS. All of you are seeing my screen, right? All of you.
Yes.
So here you have a main category, and here if you click on the compute, here you have a subcategory. If you click on the subcategory EC2, here you have all the resources. Look at these resources. Left side is all resources. Okay, let me show you the Azure also. So these all are resources. VM is one resources, EBS is one resources, EC3, S3 is one resources, VPC is one resources, subnet is one resources. Everything is resources in the world of API. Okay, let me show you the Azure also. Azure portal, right? Think portal.azure.com. I My account got uh, expired, so here I still am able to see that all resources. If you click on this create one resources, here you can create, these are the resources, and this is the get started. Left side you have a categories by resources. So now what is a resources? Did you understand that, right, all of you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now
AWS.
you will ask, EC2 example, this is EC2, this is EBS, this is uh, key. All these are resources. Now, next one you'll ask, Rajesh, what is arguments? So here, when I go to create an instance, let me create one instance in front of you. See here. So don't you fill all these arguments? You know, a lot of it you have it. Advanced also. These are the arguments. Some of them are optional, some of them are required. So what is this? These are the arguments. So what you need to do in the TF code, you have to put what resources you want to create and with what argument, what resources you want to create with what argument, all this thing you put it up and then not do nothing, just run a Terraform plan, apply and destroy. So plan means dry run, apply means create a resources or update a resources, and if you want to destroy all the resources, destroy. This is what I was talking about. You write a code and then apply and destroy. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah.
So then you'll ask me, Rajesh, okay, AWS, how do I know which are the resources and their arguments? Then I will say, don't ask me, you ask provider itself. Reason why, every month we have a new release and many changes are happening. It's a evolving technology. Never ever depends on the any Google searches. Always refer this document very rich. So let's say if you go for provider AWS, this is the one, and click on the documentations, and here you see these are the category out of which I'll go for EC2, right? So Elastic Cloud Compute, here it is, and you see these are the resources. These all are resources. So if you know resources only, if you know AWS well, for example, these resources will create AMI. These resources will create a copying of the AMI. So you want to create an instance, these resources will create. These resources will create a key pair. So like that, these resources will create a EIP. So if you know AWS, you will be easily able to understand that, else suffering. So let's say create a AWS. So this is the instance. These resources will create instance. Here you have examples, and if you go down little bit down, here you have a hell lot of arguments. Look at this. Now these arguments is not coming from the Terraform. I repeat, it's not given by Terraform. These are given by AWS. Whatever AWS supports, you have here. That means you should know what are the things you can pass to AWS resources. So now this pattern, you have to write a code. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
So now what to do? So let me write a code. So I'll just copy the simple, this one. This is the one resources, and I'll copy one key pair also I'll create. This is the second resources. Okay, the second resources. So here, this is the resource name. This is your name, and here you have to hard. Right now I'm hard coding it. So AMI ID. Where is that? So AMI ID will take it from the AWS. So here, launch. This is the AMI ID, and here T2 micro. This is the one. I'll say this one, Terraform. Okay. The keys you will create deployer. Key name will be this one, and the public key you can change if you want it. This is the SSH key. This key will be created. So now this key I created, what do you say, this EC2 instance I'm creating. What to do? Nothing great. Go to that your directory vi aws.tf. I can copy in the same file everything, but because of good management I keep it different file, but while run it will be only one time. Done. So now what to do? So here I will run Terraform. Remember that command, Terraform plan, apply and destroy. So let me run this Terraform plan, enter. So try plan will give you the dry run. That means there is a problem in this code. So now you should read it. I know the problem. This is some specification. This code has to be done. This has to be done here. Okay. So here I'll modify this code and go to this, and here code, save it, plan, enter. Now
Again, one question, right? How does it detect that AWS.tf? Is it a standard naming convention?
So
What
here
are
what happens when
mm,
you run the Terraform, it read all the files from this directory and merge it together and then re-understand those stuff. Okay. So
okay,
all
got
the
it.
files is a one project, I just said automatically. It's not one, two file. You cannot run one file and two file. You have to run whole directory in this concept. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Here one more plan. There was one error. We missed it. Let me show you. So guys, there is a one error. What is the error? So if you read it a little bit in detail, so here you see there is a permission issues. Okay. So there is a permission issues. Okay. So what to do? What to do?
IAM role is
Not,
missing.
not IAM role. The permission. See, understand the architecture. Here, see, this is you. Okay, this is you, and you are trying to API through API. You are trying to create a resources. So don't you need access key and token and all? So same way,
Okay,
Terraform also making API call, right? So Terraform also need this permission of AWS of your account, right? Correct, now?
yeah, correct.
So authentication is there. Okay. So now the question is, how do I set the authentication? So that I don't know. You have to know AWS for it. In AWS, how do we set the authentication? That we know that key, secret key. But what are the supported methods you have? You can also know that. So I'm asking AWS provider only, hey AWS provider, tell me which are the authentication method which you are supporting. So I'll come to the home page of this one, and then I'll scroll down, and here you have authentication configurations. Every providers you will find these sections. So if you see that there are 6 methods which you can use for authenticate AWS for Terraform. All this thing we should know. One of the easiest method is you have to provide that this in provider sections. Okay, so let me do that. This is the one. Let me copy this one. So how do we get it? This one. So let me fill this. So go to the AWS. Your region is US East 1, and key I'm going to create it. So let me go to AWS IAM here, and here I'm creating one user manually, though you can create through the infrastructure also. Demo, next, and group of this demo, and create user, and user is created. Now security credentials here, done. So guys, this is the access user. I'll give it here permission, API permissions, and this is the one, done. So now this is the way access. There are 6 more methods are there. You should check it out, whichever you are comfortable. So I'll go to my providers, so VI providers, and delete this one and replace. Done. So authentication is done, and now plan. Every provider you have to set the authentication different way. By the way, putting the authentication in the file is a worst practice. What you should do, you should set an environment variable or protect through some other ways. But right now I'm not talking about those practices because the flow of the training will be complicated. So now here you have, see, this one resources will be created, and here you see you should read how many resources, 2. So you are creating key pair, and you are creating EC2 instance. How many resources you are updating? 0. How many resources you are destroying? 0. So here apply this time. Apply hyphen. So apply means it will create a resources. So plan means dry run. You should run before applying. Now it is asking, hey, are you sure you want to create all these resources, perform these actions. Yes, I'm sure. And now you see these resources being created in AWS. Can we confirm this? So go to AWS EC2, and let me show you that resources here. See here, this is the one which has come, and one key, right? I created key, correct? So where is the key? uh, Here, and I'm not able to find out the key. Oh, this is so key, see the deployer key. So here, if you read my code, deployer key here. See, got it, all of you? Any questions so far? So now what you'll do, same way you will keep writing this code the way I keep it at a number of resources you want to create, a number of it. Now you want to use this resources in here, correct now? Because what I did, I created independently this one, and I created independently this one, correct? So I need to use this key for this one. What to do? We'll do the something, but before that, any questions? Hello?
Nothing from my side.
Okay, so now second thing which I want to do, see guys, there are few things which you can update, few things which you cannot update. Whom to ask? Provider, AWS. So for example, if you change this one next run, so this resources, this AWS instance will be deleted and then recreated. Mind it, because AWS do not allow to change the AMI. But do AWS allow to change this one? You see here, yes, it allow. So that means this will be considered update. So here I say update, okay, and then I'll go and modify this code also. So clear the screen, vi AWS, and here I will go change the tag, and here I will say update, and run this apply one more time. Okay, and here I'm running the apply, and you see, are you sure you want to do that? Yes, you see that here, one change. So that means if you could have changed the AMIs, then it would have destroyed and created. But because I'm changing what is allowed by AWS, so its change is detected. Enter, yes. So this is called change. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to say, hey, this resources should be using this key. How can we do that? So for that, let me ask provider itself, hey provider, how can I do that? So I'll go and EC2, a lot of thousands of resources you have it. That's the reason you should know uh, tools before getting into that. So here, and I'll look for the arguments where the key is there. So this I use as example, but now I'll go and check the arguments where it is allowed to pass the key. So you should go one by one and see that. But right now I don't have a, this one. So here, key name, key underscore name. So that means here you will write key underscore name is equal to what? So you can specify the key name, but because you want to use this name, okay, so what to do? So here you can select this one, dot deployer dot name. So this is a pattern. So this will be used here. So now let me confirm this. So key underscore name, click on it. I'm just validating. Yeah. So here One more thing, just a second, give me 2 seconds. AWS EC2 key. Yeah, I'm just checking. So the code syntax, key name is equal to this one dot generated key and dot key name, which is key name. Yes, wonderful. So here I have to give key name. So let me check this. Key name is equal to AWS this one dot key name. Okay, there's a mistake, not name. It should be key name. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll copy this code and modify this vi AWS and change this code. Insert, insert, paste it. Done. So done and save it. Now you see that what happens. Right, there is some syntax issues. So what are the syntax issues? Uh, okay, it's just, again quote is missing. Quote is missing. Quote is missing or dollar sign is also missing. So just a second, let me read the error. It says invalid character. So the line number 10, line number 10. So let's go to that code. Line number 10, enter. Oh, this is the one. Okay, I got copy paste issues. Save it, apply. And you see here, now you will get to know what is changed. So here I modify the key. So here key is allowed to change. You see that here key is not allowed to change after creation. You know that. That's a limitation of AWS. So what AWS is doing, they're destroying the resources and recreating a new resources. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
Yeah.
So that is the region. So you should know when the resources will be created, updated, and destroyed. I said no because I don't want to change it. Now, final thing what you have to do is you have to destroy. Destroy means your work is done, so only your resources will be destroyed. But before destroying, I want to tell you something. What is that? Here, remember that in this discussion, I said you write a code, you send to Terraform, Terraform will send to individual provider, provider will make a API call, and results will be stored in which file? State file. So where is the state file? Where is the output? Whichever is created. So guys, here is the state file. You can see this file is in JSON file. Okay, you can see that. That's not a big deal. You can see that, but it's a very complicated file. It's not easy to do that. So what to do? You can run this command which is called Terraform show. Now, right now I have only two resources, but in real time you have thousands of resources. So this file may get complicated. This output that may get complicated a lot. So what to do? So for that you have a fix. What is a fix? That is called how to. The question is how to display only selected value from state file. Okay. For example, if you see the state file, I want to display only the this public IP address. Or this is the IP address. Okay, which is the output. So what to do? So in this case, answer is output section. What is output section? Let me quickly copy. So go to Terraform output, output DevOps school. Everything you have in DevOps school also in detail. If you search for like this, you will get it. So here, this is the one, and I will copy this code Here, what you want, this is one section, and this is the another section. So what you want? So instant public DNS. So AWS, which is, let me show you, this one dot this one dot this one. So it's already there. So I have it. You want to display something else? Let's say this is the DNS, right? IP address you want to display. So public IP address. This name can be anything. This has to be fixed. So web, mind it, there is a problem. Web. This is a web. And here, what you want? You want public IP address. Enter public IP address. That means these two variables you want to display at the end of run. So what to do? You have to run it one more time. Clear the screen. Vi output.tf. I'm putting all the tf output section in the one separate file, so easy to manage. So copy, enter, save it, done. And now I'm going to run apply one more time. It will not create. Okay, one more thing. I want to change my AWS. Uh, okay, let me apply. No problem. So apply. It will destroy anyways that resources and then output variable. Apply.
So, can we run apply without plan, right? Plan is
Plan is a dry run, just for your information. Apply we has
okay.
a plan also, but there is one
Mm.
apply with. So this, yes. So you see here, one added, one destroyed. So this is a plan only.
Oh, okay, okay, got it, got it.
Done. So new resources being created, and output variable will be shown at the end of it. So just wait for it. Done. So you see here, one added, one destroyed. That means key did not get, only the your EC2 instance got updated. Now where is the output? So here is the output, you see. So you can see the output using output command also. Output, this one, here it is. So that way, if you want from the large infrastructure, you want certain output to be displayed, this is the way you can do that. And last command which you have to do is Terraform destroy. That means once you have used your resources, first you create it, update it, use it, and then finally destroy this. So destroy command, this one. So now only your resources will be deleted, whichever you created, because Terraform will check the state file, whichever is created, and those only will be deleted. So guys, this is the full flow of Terraform. Did you understand that, all of you?
Why do we destroy, and in what cases do we destroy?
So you created a one environment for checking the bugs. Bugs, you checked it, it reproduce. Maybe you fixed it also. So why you want to keep running the infrastructure? Destroy it
Got
better, because it will
okay.
incur the cost, right?
Mm.
So guys, this is the complete flow. So this is the complete flow. So first command, init, then plan, then apply, then show, then destroy, then output also you can use it, and then destroy. So these are the things which we use 80 to 90% of the time. Now what next we have? So next topic what we have, how, because we are coding, right? So you have to do the variables, you have to do the conditioning, you have to do the looping, you have to do modules, okay, and you have to do provisioners also. So these are the provisioners. Okay, so these are the topics which we have, which is upcoming topic. I'll show you and I'll run it also. But any questions so far?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.